A Met Office red alert for the first time ever. A heat emergency. In real-world terms, a risk to health services, risk to infrastructure, risk to life.
People can get quite unwell from dehydration quite quickly, especially if they're elderly or already unwell with something else. If they're a cancer patient or something like that, a little bit of dehydration can make them very, very unwell.
And what's your advice to people watching this? Because it's not just the typically vulnerable that need to watch out now, is it?
Yeah, just stay hydrated, drink lots and lots of water, double the water than you would normally drink. Try and be somewhere cool, wear cool clothing, don't sit in the sun for long periods, don't lay out in the park all day on Monday and Tuesday, even if it might seem like a nice idea at the time. Alcohol dehydrates you more, so if you're drinking alcohol, make sure you're drinking water as well.
Amelia will be pedalling her 75 kilos of paramedic bike through the steamy streets of London Soho on Monday, late into the evening, with peak temperatures that could exceed 40 degrees. Against the backdrop of our NHS in crisis, resources so stretched, some areas of the country already report 999 waits of several hours, even for stroke or heart attack victims.
The reason that the ambulance services are overwhelmed and A&Es are overwhelmed isn't because of the heat wave, it isn't even because of the COVID pandemic. Those are factors, obviously. We went into the pandemic with more than a decade of underinvestment, and we're in this bizarre situation where the NHS is struggling to cope with hot weather.
Government guidance essentially be prepared and be careful, because analysts predict a worst-case scenario of over 1,000 additional deaths. And care homes, of course, are on the front line. But with COVID on the rise again, staff must still wear masks, even with the mercury soaring.
For us, we think, oh, we'll have another shower or whatever it is. With an elderly person, that may not be something that they can do. For people with dementia, we've got to make sure that there is plenty of space for them to wander around, that they're wearing loose-fitting clothes, making sure they're drinking plenty, and for our staff as well, because I think that's the other bit that's really worrying. We don't want them exhausted. We don't want them to be collapsing because the masks are too restricting or whatever, but we've got to comply with the rules.